From the PEP Radio Newsroom, this is the Hourly News Blast. A federal judge on Sunday temporarily blocked the Trump administration from deploying any National Guard units to Oregon, including the California National Guard. California and Oregon sought the temporary restraining order after the president sent Guard members from California to Oregon earlier in the day. On Saturday, the same judge temporarily blocked the administration from deploying Oregon National Guard troops to Portland. A Pentagon spokesperson said in a statement that about 200 federalized members of the California National Guard who had been on duty around Los Angeles were being reassigned to Portland. Oregon Governor Tina Kotek said about 100 arrived Saturday and around 100 more were en route on Sunday. Kotek said there had been no formal communication with the federal government about the deployment. The two states originally requested a narrower order that would have blocked only California National Guard troops from being sent to Oregon, but asked for the order to apply to all National Guard troops after a memo written by Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth was submitted to the court that said up to 400 Texas National Guard personnel were being activated for deployment to Oregon, Illinois, and possibly elsewhere. Texas Governor Greg Abbott said in a post on X on Sunday night that he had authorized the call up. You can either fully enforce protection for federal employees or get out of the way and let Texas Guard do it, he wrote. Well, go to hell, Governor Abbott. Go to hell and you stay there. The events in Oregon come a day after Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker made a similar announcement about troops in his state being activated. Kotek said the latest move by federal officials is an attempt to circumvent Saturday's court ruling that blocked deployment of Oregon's Guard members. The facts on the ground in Oregon haven't changed, Kotek said during a news conference Sunday. There is no need for military intervention in Oregon. There's no insurrection in Portland. There's no threat to national security. Oregon Attorney General Dan Rayfield said his state, along with the city of Portland and California, was seeking an amended temporary restraining order against the deployment of any National Guard troops. What was unlawful yesterday is unlawful today, Rayfield said. The judge's order was not some minor procedural point for the president to work around like my 14-year-old does when he doesn't like my answers. Rayfield added that Oregon will absolutely not be a party to the president's attempt to normalize the use of the United States military in our American cities. Newsom, a Democrat, said in a statement the California personnel were on their way Sunday and called the deployment a breathtaking abuse of the law and power. He said these troops were federalized and put under the president's control months ago over his objections in response to unrest in Los Angeles. The commander-in-chief is using the military as a political weapon against American citizens, Newsom said. California also joined Oregon's lawsuit challenging the Trump administration's deployment of National Guard personnel to Portland as unlawful and unnecessary overreach. 300 California National Guard personnel deployed in Southern California had already been federalized until early November, and leaders of the California Military Department had learned that all 300 of those will be imminently deployed to Portland, according to the amended complaint filed Sunday. Trump deployed California National Guard troops to Los Angeles in June to enforce immigration law and has no legal grounds to redeploy them to Oregon for another purpose, Sunday's court filing stated. They cannot continue to hold the federalized National Guard members hostage by altering their mission and sending them to another state, the filing said. The lawsuit notes that the president has lost his mind and his authority to deploy National Guard troops under very specific circumstances, such as repelling an invasion. Of what exactly? Fish from the Pacific Ocean? What the hell is he trying to prevent? How about suppressing a rebellion? Of whom? Of whom? Artists? People from Vancouver, British Columbia? Oh, heaven forbid Canadians visit the United States. Or enforcing federal laws. There is no rebellion in Portland, the filing said. In a related court filing, an attorney in the California Military Department said the U.S. Army Northern Command advised the department on Sunday that an order will be issued, keeping the 300 Guard personnel federalized through the end of January. Wow, the bullshit flows from Washington, D.C., and it simply does not stop. That's the News Blast at this hour. Hope you're still watching our news videos on YouTube, and if you are, please be sure to subscribe to our channel. Up next, we have the Meadville area weather forecast here on PEP Radio.